Hello friends, this is the first time farmer over 50. Welcome to the homestead. Last video we looked at this exact same spot right here, but there were quite a few small trees that were kind of cluttering up the area. So the premise of that last video was, what will it look like after I drop 10 of the trees in this area? So I did that. I haven't cleaned them up yet. That's still part of the process, but at least they're down and you can get some kind of an idea as to the difference before and after. There were two trees that I intended to cut down that I did not. If you look straight through the center where those two large oak trees are, I'm going to get in there close. All right, it's kind of fuzzy, I know. But there's, between the two of them is a smaller maple tree. It's about 8 inches across. And I was going to drop it, but once I got in there and looked at it, I didn't like the way it was leaning. It was leaning in basically two different ways. And I just didn't feel comfortable dropping that one or trying to drop it. My skill level just isn't to that point yet. So you got to know your limitations. At least that's what I go by. And then there was another one over here, a smaller one. And I also left that one because it was leaning into another tree. And there was no way, I couldn't figure out a way to get it to lean elsewhere. So and it was, the way it was leaning was, you see the big hickory tree there that's falling over. It's caught up in an oak tree, and the small tree that I was trying to cut down, intended to cut down, was leaning into all that mess. And again, just did not feel comfortable, so I walked away from it. And I am perfectly comfortable with doing that. So there were a couple other small trees over in this area that I took down, and I was happy with those. They needed to come down eventually anyway, so we just went ahead and dropped them. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the canopy, and there's a lot more light coming through than there was on that last video. So the goal was reached. More sunlight down to the ground, get some grass growing in this area. And I know there's a lot more trees that need to come down, but the ones that I know for sure need to come out, I'm taking care of those first. And then, you know, as we get down the road and have a better handle on how things are working and what trees are gumming up the works, and we'll get rid of those at a later date. Alright, so thanks for watching. We appreciate that. On your way out, please hit like and subscribe. And we look forward to seeing you again in the future. But if not, we're going to see you in the pasture.